to join me here today. Today I'm going to do an unwrapping, unboxing style video talking through an item that I purchased recently. I've been on the lookout for anything that can help with some level of shapewear, but also something that is glamorous and has a lot of style to it. So undergarments is an area that I've always been quite light on. I've had quite a practical approach to this, where I've only bought those items that are strictly necessary to develop and maintain a good shape under my outerwear. But I thought it would be an interesting time to look at something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun, for example. And I was on the lookout shopping around online, and I've been looking at various different styles and things that I would like to get. And there was a company that I found online I thought would be an interesting thing to try out. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a show and tell of what I got from them, and go through a little bit about what I like about the item and why I chose to get that one. The company is called Swanky Pins. They're a UK based company. I'll put the links and everything on the screen, and I'll put something into the description so you can find them online. But they do retro designs of lingerie. So things like girdles, corsets, they do stockings, suspenders, that kind of stuff. So it's really quite retro style. If you're into that 40s, 50s kind of style, you'll recognize a lot of the stuff that they have online. And it looks really good. I thought it would be worth trying, so I've got something here today. A lot of the questions that I get asked are about how reliable companies are to buy from, and particularly about how, let's say, their packaging is and how discreet they are. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to actually save the unboxing or save the unwrapping so that you can get an idea of what it's like to buy from this company directly. So this is the package that I received yesterday morning. So as you can see, very discreetly packaged, just quite plain, nothing sort of to give away what it is. So I like it when I get packaging like this. Even though I'm now out to my family, it's still, I don't know, I don't want my postman knowing what I'm buying. It's a weird thing when someone delivers something to me. I don't really want them to know what it is I've been buying. So I quite like this. It's got very simple, plain packaging, as you can see. Now, I'm going to open this up. I've redacted my address off the front. See? Clever. But I'll show you what I bought. So the item that I got is something that I think will go quite well for shapewear, but will also help in terms of looking quite fabulous. So let's get into this. So inside here we have another one that's like Pass the Parcel. Don't know if everyone plays Pass the Parcel, but if you've got kids, you'll know that Pass the Parcel is a valuable way of using up a good 10 to 20 minutes at a children's birthday party. Now, one of the things I would say about this is that the packaging, you see, is nice and secure. And what we've got here is the item that I bought. So I'm just going to put this up close to you so you can see this. This is, okay, interesting. I've got a little sort of advert thing on the front here, as you can see, which is from the owners. So contact details if you want to go and buy, but I'll put those details online. But let's have a look at this. At Christmas. So what you can see from this is that this is a 6-strap corset. So I've got 6 suspenders here for stockings, and it's a girdle corset style undergarment which will go from around about here, so just below your ribs, covering the hips, and will then act as the suspender belt as well. Now, what I really liked about this when I saw this online was that it's got this boning in it. So I don't know if you can see this particularly well, but each of these strips that are going down here, I'll try and bring this a bit closer. Each of these strips down the edge here, these have got some sort of boning inside them. It's quite flexible, so it's going to mold itself to you quite well, but they will help to give some definition and to keep this looking very sleek to you as you're wearing it. Now, I went for a size that was slightly smaller. So this is a medium. I'm somewhere between a medium and a large. That's my kind of size range according to what they stock. And I plumped for a medium because I felt that if you're looking for shapewear, it's always best to go a little bit smaller. That will help to pull things in, particularly because naturally as guys, we have slightly, let's say slightly less well-developed hips. I'm interested to see what this would do on top of my hip pads. But given that this is the kind of thing that is, you want to kind of feel it, I'm not sure, I didn't want to get something I would necessarily wear directly over the hip pads because, they're big lumps of silicone which are attached to your hips. And as great as they are, they'll give really good definition. Having something like this on top of that kind of defeats the point. This is meant to be worn against the skin and, so you feel really good about wearing it. And that's what I really wanted to get this for. So I went for size medium. Now, I love this item. I saw this online. I thought it was really, really good. I like the way that you've got the actual eyelets at the back here. So it's fastened up with the eyelets. It's not going to give, corset style waist because it's not going to be able to ratchet your waist in as you will with a corset. But as you can see, it's a nice sheer material, so you can see through that now. Really nice look, and yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this on. So I'm going to give this a go, see how this fits for me, and then we'll discuss what it feels like when it's on. Okay, so I'm going to run you through my impressions of this item. You can't see much of it right now since I put my clothes on, but I'm going to put some pictures up around to give you an idea of what it looks like when it's on me and how that kind of comes across. So you can get a visual idea of what it looks like. I would say it's very, very comfortable. It is certainly, I can feel that it is pulling me in. So going for that size was definitely the right idea. It is pulling me in. It is giving me some shape, not corset levels of shape, which you wouldn't expect, but it's certainly helping to bring this in at the sides and to give me a little bit more of a flatter tummy. And that's really good. So in terms of the intention of being able to produce both something that looks visually really very nice, but is also able to give you some definition, then it's definitely 2 thumbs up. In addition, it looks great. It looks really, really nice on. It feels comfortable. I've been sitting down in this and the boning is flexible enough to bend with your torso. So when you sit down, I have found sometimes with corsets, you can get a little bit of digging where you sit down and it kind of digs into your, can dig into your sort of groin area down here. None of that with this one, which is great. So sitting down, that's kind of, I guess, the trade-off you make. If you have something with stronger boning, that's going to be more uncomfortable to sit down in or to maneuver around in. But because this has the flexibility, you're kind of getting a little bit of everything. A little bit of the glamour, a little bit of the shaping as well. And yeah, it feels really, really good. So I like the 6 suspender clips. They're quite wide. They have I'll put some photos up about those as well. They have the old-fashioned clip over sort of grip strips which hold them in place, which stop them, expanding or retracting, which I find are great. They're much better than the modern style of just the slidey clasp, which is okay if you're using it, let's say very quickly, but for my purposes, I need something that's going to grip quite well. One thing I would say today is I'm actually wearing hold-ups. In the past, I've always felt that I needed to wear hold-ups because if you've got sort of male hip shape and you don't have a lot of definition, then a suspender belt isn't going to hold above the hips particularly well. And that can be a bit of an issue. And I've found in the past that if I've got stockings on and suspenders, that what will happen is over a little bit of time and movement, etc., they will drag down on the suspender belt itself, and because you don't have all that well-defined hip, the suspender belt can slide down and you end up with a look that isn't what you went out with. It's not what you intended when you put the items on. What I like about this one is that because this is gripping me all the way up to here, so I've got shape all the way down my entire waist, I don't feel like this is going to move at all. So even though I do, out of habit, tend to wear hold-ups, even if I'm wearing suspenders, with these, and particularly with this garment, I don't think I'd need to do that. I feel that it would hold up stockings with no issues whatsoever, no sliding, and the clips that actually grip onto stockings are very strong. That's one thing I would definitely say, is that these, I'm fastening these over hold-ups, and if you've ever tried to do that, that's really very hard because you've got that extra sort of rubber of the gripping material that you've got to kind of fold into the clasp, and these are holding fantastically. So they are very strong, very robust, and yeah, they're doing a great job. So completely happy with this. I feel like I can move around, I'm not going to get any issues whatsoever. And I'd definitely be happy to wear them without hold-ups, just with normal stockings, and I don't feel it's going to go anywhere whatsoever. So that's 2 thumbs up for that. The other thing I would say about this is the actual slimming nature of it is really quite good. It feels comfortable on, it doesn't feel like an item that is restricting me particularly. I feel like I've got, you know, all sorts of movement, and you know, I feel I can sort of maneuver around and do whatever I need to be able to do, which is great. So I like that freedom for dancing and stuff. It's really good. And yeah, overall, it's a really nice, it's giving a nice shape, just a little bit of support, but quite a lot of glamour at the same time. And that's good stuff. So very happy with this. I think this is a great purchase. Very, very happy with this. So this was my review of the 6-strap waist cincher from Swanky Pins. It's available online for £32.95. It's available in various different sizes, colours, etc. They've got a pretty decent chart that you can use to kind of work out what would be the best size for you. Like I said, I'm kind of between sizes, between the medium and large, and I went for the medium, which I think was definitely a good decision because it's certainly comfortable. I can wear it all day long. There's no problems with wearing it, but it's definitely giving me a better definition than maybe the large would have done, I suppose. The quality is very good. It's certainly stylish. It looks great. It looks really, really great on, and it gives a nice sort of glamorous feel. The nice thing I like about it the most, I guess, is that you can wear it under clothes. It's the kind of item that you could wear on a night out. So you'll know it's there. Other people around you may not. You'll get the benefit from some of the shaping that it's giving to you and some of the support. But at the same time, you'll know that you're wearing something that's a little bit fun and risque, but still classy and still a really nice item. So I like this one. This is a slight change up for me in terms of the kind of things that I go for. I'm really pleased with it. It's worked out very well. So thanks for watching this video. I hope that was useful to you. I wanted to do something a little bit different. A lot of people have asked me about the kind of things that I buy. I've had a lot of questions about these breast forms, so I'll do something on that very soon as well. And I wanted to cover off a bit more about the specifics of the items, and especially when I'm spending money, because if it's an item that you're going to invest in, you kind of want to know that it's going to work out, and in particular you want to know that it's going to be something you can buy and feel, you know, comfortable about your investment, comfortable about how much you spent about this. So I thought that would be interesting just to try something a little bit different here today. So if you need to get hold of me, if you want to ask me any questions about this item or anything else, then you can do so through my email address, which is julietteisnoir@gmail.com, or you can reach me through my website, which is www.julietteisnoir.uk. You can reach Swanky Pins through their website, which is www.swankypins.co.uk. And if you have a look on there, have a look at their stuff, and yeah, I thoroughly recommend them. The delivery was fast, it was discreet packaging, well presented, the item's great, feels really good on, and I'm looking forward to wearing it again. So thank you for joining me here today. I hope this was useful to you. Look forward to talking to you all again soon, and as ever, bye! Bye!